To talk about that, energy expert Felix Matthes joins us from Berlin's Institute for Applied Ecology. Nice to see you again. We touched on taxpayer costs there. What about residential customers and private households? How much more are they paying here in Germany because of the Energiewende, the energy transition in comparison to other countries?
An average residential customer or a private household pays 6 € per kilowatt hour for the support of renewables. This is approximately 1/4 of the electricity bill. This high contribution stems from the support for the renewables, number one, but on the other hand, that the industry is almost exempted from getting this burden. And so it's a part of Energiewende, it's a part of industrial policy to hold the electricity prices low for the energy-intensive industry.
So it's cheap for a lot of the big producers. Will that change, though? Is it going to reach a stage that producers say no, too expensive to produce in Germany?
No, we see the opposite trend. The renewables lower the price at the wholesale market, and the energy-intensive industry is profiting from this. And we see interesting trends that Dutch companies build lines to the German network to profit from the low wholesale market prices, which are caused by the increasing share of wind and solar in the system.
What about E.ON? We heard about them in that report. The corporate world has its way of getting around things. Is what E.ON's doing above board?
I think they have an interesting reaction to this new situation. They separate the old world with the billion euro investments and with the large production units from the other coordination-intensive world, which is characterized by small investments and a lot of coordination, which requires other structures, corporate structures, IT structures, and also other skills of the personnel. And so it's a consequent way to deal with these two different energy worlds.
Are others going to follow?
I think that many others will follow because we have new players on the market which are exclusively focusing this new world. And for the incumbent companies, the only question is, will they take part in this new part of value added, or will you stay with the old part? And that means a shrinking business.
Now, in all of this, Germany is really leading by example, and it's also putting itself out there. What if other countries don't follow suit and don't follow what Germany's doing here?
Now, first, we can observe that I think this buying down the cost of PV installations, for example, has led to a worldwide spread of these installations. And the strength of the German economy is always system integration. And so it's a moral issue. But on the other hand, it is building the future business of offering systematic and information technology-based solutions which are very decentralized, and this is a future business model, and so it's a part of innovation and industrial policy, even for the Germans.
Interesting stuff there. But my question to Felix Matthes is, if that is actually just a prestige project, or are we looking at something realistic there?
It's realistic. It's a business case. And we see this at many occasions and many points. And the decentralized part will never be 100% of the future electricity system, but it will be significant. And the combination of information and this type of very different decentralized technology options is a business case for the future, not only for Germany, but also for other regions where running a system which is based on decentralized installations and information technology is very promising.
But the target market, are we just talking about something for the rich?
No, it's definitely not only for the rich, it's for Germany. But if you are going to many emerging economies, and even if you're going to Texas and other regions of the world which have more sun, which have more wind, then the system competence is one of the future export markets for concepts which are piloted here, and we see this more and more beyond the demonstration project.
So it could be a profitable export for Germany, say. But let's talk about the psychology. I want to know, Germans are very willing to accept this energy transition and accept the higher costs of it as well. Where does that actually come from, this willingness, when some industrialized countries seem to be so wasteful?
I think there are two major roots. The first is there's a strong environmental awareness in this country, and it is about the future and low carbon emissions, etc., etc. But on the other hand, we have a motivation which you can also observe in other regions of the world, which is energy independence, which is innovation, which is have your electricity supply under your control, under your private control or the community control. And that goes much beyond the traditional German attitude to be environmentally friendly, etc., etc.
Is it also a clever path because it's one of the big growth markets of the world?
It's the future. I think the energy, clean energy and the environment are two of the major growth drivers of the world economy. There's a third one, information technology, but that has gone to the United States. And the German strengths are in the energy technology and in environmental technology. And so it is about the future growth market in a growing world where energy and the environment are important issues.
I suppose if the Germans could combine all three, IT, energy and the environment, they'd really be in the forefront.
Unfortunately, the IT business is probably left to the United States because they are the front runners there. But the combination of big data and energy issues is definitely a significant part of the energy future of the country and beyond Germany.
OK, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for coming in, Mr. Matthes.